All right, boys. Selection Sunday. Cameron, we made it.
We
We made
did
it. We
make
made
it.
it.
We
We
made
made it.
it.
We made it. We made it. We made it. Realistically, today, there's only two bubble teams at this point, being SMU and Alabama. Um, but we're just gonna have our live reactions for you today. I know Cameron. I know Cameron and I are both very one-sided on the bubble teams, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we had. It's not a thing of hate. It's a thing of just looking at
oh,
the facts. I mean, and looking at how teams played and how uh, games they won, games they lost, and where we stand from here. So
yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna, man. If Bama gets in, I'm gonna be furious. I'm gonna say that right now. I'm gonna be furious.
I don't know if I'm gonna be furious. I mean, I don't. I think we talk about the fact that I don't know if
Actually, you know what?
there's a lot of.
I'll only full screen it when they get to the
Okay,
the
so
actual.
I mean,
The
I don't
actual
know if they
rankings.
exactly. I don't know if it's not like an 100% like they shouldn't be in. I mean, yeah, it's gonna cause like a form of outrage within a majority of the community if they do make it in because of their losses. Um, but looking at the facts, they do have a high strength of schedule. They have won games, but they have lost bad games as well. Um,
Well,
at the end of the day,
here's my thing with this loading going into today. SMU was comfortably in until the championship weekend.
conference championship, yeah, and I don't think you should be heavily
So
penalized for a conference championship loss.
we're playing an extra game here for winning. They won and they got rewarded an extra game that can end up hurting them. That's very stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. And I think
And
many
the same
teams
goes.
would much rather be in a position where they aren't playing in a conference championship, but they are able to make it to the playoffs.
And the thing is like the same goes for like Penn State and I would say even like Texas, man. If Penn State and Texas aren't like at 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 like least like Texas better be the 5 and Penn State better be the 6 because if they're not, that that's very stupid. That's very stupid in my opinion. If Notre Dame jumps either one of those teams, like rewarding a team for not joining a conference
Yeah,
is ridiculous in my opinion at this
yeah,
point. Like,
100%. They didn't play an extra game. They should be, secured where they're at. And teams that did take losses in high-ranked conference championship games, you have number 1 and number 3 playing in the Big Ten. You have number 2 and number 5 playing. Obviously, number 5 beat number 2. So there's going to be some movement there within the actual rankings. But Notre Dame should not jump anybody because another team lost in an extra game. I mean, it does not.
I will say though, AP poll did come out at like 10:30 today, I think, and they
Yeah.
did have Notre Dame above Texas and Penn State for some reason. I don't know why.
Yep.
I think the AP poll, it's like if you lose, you have to drop. That's kind
Yeah.
of what my thought process is there.
Yeah, I
with
think
this,
especially going into this final the playoff selection, we're going to be looking at something different than the AP poll because the AP poll will always go off of if you lose, you drop. If you win, you either go up or you stay where you're at. And the playoff is going to be a little bit different here, especially with with moving away from the 4 team and being in the 12 team now. It's going to move to, especially this final week, more or less looking at the teams that went to the conference championships and how they played and who won and who lost, and maybe not moving them so much because they're playing an extra game right before the playoffs and they're being rewarded for being one of the 2 best teams in their conference, and they should not be penalized if they lose that game and not make it to the playoffs or lose a home game in the playoffs or drop out completely. I mean, we're talking about SMU here. I get it. Number 17 Clemson versus number 8 SMU. On the AP poll, that's going to shift them to be right around the same, which happened. I mean, SMU still 1 spot above Clemson in the AP poll, but I think in the playoff, the playoff rankings, I think SMU is going to be one spot below Clemson. Obviously, Clemson's going to have the bye week, but in terms of the rankings, Clemson should be one spot above them, and SMU should have that final bubble spot at the bottom.
Well, Clemson probably won't have the bye. They'll be the fifth highest ranked.
Oh, they will be the fifth highest ranked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Arizona State would get that.
Yep, Arizona State would move up.
Should get the bye.
Should get the bye. Yeah.
Because they were already ahead of Clemson anyways.
Yeah, my bad. You are right on that one. Forgot Arizona State was just above them.
Just gotta switch this just in case. All right, there we go.
Yep.
Oh no, I was just turning off my Discord notifications.
Oh man, I always have those off. I've been getting too many, man.
Good point. I had too many. Yeah, yesterday on the pod, I don't know if y'all heard it, but when I was doing that solo video, you could hear the doo-doo.
Oh, there's a few going off.
Just there was one, and I heard it, and there's like a 5 to 10 second like part where I was just clicking through,
distracted.
trying to turn it off.
Turn it off. Do it as quickly as possible.
All right, man. Can we get to these fucking picks, man? Like Jesus. This is ridiculous. Why we just yap session? This is just a yap session.
They are yapping. We don't even have the volume on, man.
That is true. I don't know if we can.
I mean, okay, so hold on. While we have the time, why don't we go ahead and dive into thoughts on the conference games last night? I mean, just basic thoughts, like.
I mean, we could do that. We can 100% do that. We'll start with the Texas game, the Texas Georgia game, because. Okay. Obviously, I talked about these games yesterday, but you were not with me.
I want to hear your thoughts on this game because, as a Georgia fan, I'm biased, and I think that it was a great win. Watching, our backup quarterback come in at the half. He led a great drive, and then, we had a questionable moment with the interception, but I think that he overall boosted the morale and got the team a little rallied, and I think we played great from that point forward. That's mostly all I have to say. It was a great game. It was low scoring. I didn't expect much from either offense. I didn't think it was going to be a shootout either way. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that game?
Honestly, when I was watching this game, there was a point where I was out of the room doing stuff. So I wasn't watching it. It was around the end of the half, so I didn't see Carson Beck get hurt. So I was very surprised when I came back to see he's not starting he wasn't going to start the second half. But man, dude, Georgia's resilient.
Yeah,
just that's crazy in my opinion. Your backup quarterback who literally has never taken a snap against. I'll say that he literally probably has never taken like a true meaningful snap. And comes in.
He's barely played this year at all.
Comes in, first drive to start the second half, and just goes down, boom, touchdown right away.
Yeah.
Like, I give all the credit in the world to Georgia coaching staff, to Gunnar Stockton, and Bobo. Bobo, I feel like he was calling an iffy game in the first half, but man, he knew the exact adjustments that he needed to make with Gunnar Stockton coming in.
I will say that was a little bit questionable for me. You watched that first drive after he came in after the half, and it obviously went down, and they scored, and it was a great drive. And then after that, there seemed to be no game plan for Gunnar Stockton coming in, which is fine because ETN was just running all over them for the majority of the night.
Bruh.
So I'm totally fine with that.
He went crazy, bro.
And I think I sent it to you. Did you see the thing that I sent you that said that ETN and Peyton Woodring? Yes. So our kicker, Peyton Woodring, and Trevor Etienne are the only people to score against Texas all year for us.
Yeah,
they scored like all 50-something points against Texas in both games. So
all 5 touchdowns. That I think that are they like Trevor Etienne's only touchdowns this year?
No, no, he's got plenty more. But
I didn't know because he was hurt for a while, and
he wasn't hurt all year.
But he also had those couple rough games at the beginning of the year where he wasn't.
Yeah,
he wasn't getting many snaps.
I think it's the majority of his touchdowns, but he's got more.
Yeah,
he's got more.
You're probably right.
He has a lot of touchdowns against Texas. He doesn't like Texas.
At least 5 touchdowns in 2 games, and then also. How many field goals does Woodring have in those 2 games?
Oh God, I don't know. It's gotta be
it's probably 6 or 7.
I was gonna say 6 or 7, I believe, something along those lines.
He kicked at least what was the final score? 22-19. Was that the final
22
score?
to 19. It was 16
So
to
he
16
kicked.
going into half. There was one touchdown, so he
I
kicked
think he kicked
three.
three.
He
Yeah.
he kicked three last night.
So yeah, I think he has like 5 or 6 total.
Yeah, it could be 5 or 6 total, I believe. But moving on from that game, I thought it was a great game.
We'll talk about what's right in front of us right here.
Okay.
Clemson,
All right, Clemson
Clemson, SMU. I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch this game.
Well, yeah, because it was going on at the same time as the Penn State game.
Yeah, I didn't watch this game, but I was kind of following the box score. I saw SMU was down 17 at one point, man. I thought we all hope was lost for them. I'm not gonna lie, but those Mustangs, man,
They
they
came
fight
back.
They fight
They
back.
fought back a little bit, and I mean I was talking to Luke a little bit about the game, and he was chatting about there seemed to be some pretty like rough touchdowns in the beginning that got Clemson ahead. Some DBs fell, cornerbacks fell, and left to wide open touchdowns for Clemson. I mean that's part of the game, but that gave them a really early lead, and it just kind of Clemson just kind of kept them at an arm's distance. But I want to talk about the freshman kicker coming in
56
and hitting a
yard attack.
56-yarder. Not even that. Not even that. Let's go back even further. SMU tying the game with 16 seconds left. The kickoff being ran back 20 yards. Clemson taking a timeout. Cade Klubnik throwing an absolute dime to get them an extra 10 yards just outside of the field goal range. Another timeout. Beautiful time management. Beautiful play call. And then they line up for a freshman to take a 56-yarder and bang it right through the middle for the game winner. I think it was an absolutely amazing ending to the game. I mean,
Yeah, I think honestly all the games yesterday were great. Like all the Power Four games were great
Oh,
games
yeah.
yesterday.
They were great
I
games
guess
yesterday,
I guess the
100%.
Arizona State game wasn't that good, but dude, they put on a performance, man.
I mean, watching the Arizona State game, I think they are a little bit scarier than some of the other teams. I mean, Cam Scadaboo different. I mean, if Ashton
Bro, you're
Gianti wasn't a by far top front runner for the number one running back, Cam Scadaboo would be up there and in the talks of being the best running back this season because he ran all over Iowa State yesterday, and I think ASU is going to be a team to watch in the playoffs for sure.
it depends who they get matched up with, though. I feel like.
Yeah, it does. But I also think
they got the bye. They got the bye now.
They will get the bye, so
they get the bye
yeah.
now. So actually, it's
Most likely.
It's going to end up being really good for them. Now
Most
they
likely.
will. Well, they'll most likely have to end up playing the 5 seed, depending on who that is. So it's
Yeah.
not going to necessarily be great for them. But
I
you never know.
I don't
man.
really think that they're going to have as much trouble. I think that they're going to be better against some of these Power 4 teams and some of these better
They do
Power
get that
4
extra.
teams.
They do get the extra week.
Yeah.
Which could definitely help them.
There are more teams in this playoff that I think are going to do a lot worse than Arizona State is. I think they're going to be a team to watch. They could have some potential to knock off someone that is very solid round team that we've seen at the top of the rankings all week. Yeah, I think they're going to be a team to watch in the playoffs for sure.
100%, 100%. And then I guess we'll go to the last game, the last Power 4 game that happened yesterday. Unfortunately, Penn State comes up short, 37-45.
I wouldn't say unfortunately because this game,
Man, I don't know.
it's a loss for Penn State, but Penn State's been doubted all season and they kept it within one score with easily the most I think
Offense.
the best
Offense.
team in
Best
the country
team,
by
best
far.
offense. I don't know about best defense but 100%.
knows?
I don't. Who? Oregon's
I said
defense?
who knows. I said who knows at this point.
Yeah, I guess that's true because
Because-
I guess the two good teams they've played this year, they have given up, but they have given up good points against good teams.
It's been a shootout both games.
but they can score, so
yes,
it
they
doesn't
can
matter.
score. Their offense is unreal.
They're between Tez Johnson, Evan Stewart, Jordan James, Ferguson and the other tight end, I can't remember his name, and then Dylan Gabriel, bro, that's easily the best offense in the country. And I don't think it's even
no
close.
doubts, no
It's
doubts
not
at
even
all.
close at this point.
I
Like,
personally,
when I watch them, work, it makes me feel like I'm watching some of those old Ohio State teams with like Justin Fields, with like the Urban Meyer days.
oh
Like,
yeah,
it's like it's getting to that point where it's like
yeah. I
They're
think they're
scoring
gonna. I think they're
will.
taking it all the way. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they're taking it all the way. They're gonna end up in the Natty. I don't know if they win it
I
or not,
wouldn't-
but
I
I
wouldn't
think
hate
that
it. I wouldn't hate
they do. And moving on to Penn State, is I think that they played a lot better than I expected. I think a lot of people expected.
they played a lot better than I expected, and I think I was even viewing them higher than other people were going into this. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I made a prediction yesterday. I said 30-21 Oregon. Obviously, not the score I was expecting, just the amount of points wise. But I thought what was going to happen yesterday is Oregon was just going to dominate the whole game, and then Penn State was just going to get a bunch of garbage time touchdowns at the end, like they normally do in these big games where they're just not competitive. And it honestly was feeling like that when it was 28-10. Man, there's something different about this Penn State team this year. I don't know what's different. I think it's our play calling on offense that really always keeps us in the game, because
It seemed very resilient because I kept turning it on and off last night, and I would look and you guys would be down by over 2 scores, and then you'd bring it back up to a close game, and then you go down another 2 scores, and then you bring it back up to a close game, and it was like this giant up and down roller coaster, and where I felt like you guys couldn't pull away or you guys couldn't get ahead, but you were keeping it close. You were keeping it very close.
Yeah, it's just like I 100% agree with you. It's like if we were down 1 score, our defense couldn't get a stop.
Yeah.
But if we were down 2 scores, our defense could get stops.
Yeah.
That's got to change. And Tom Allen, I'm looking at you, pointing fingers at you. That was an inexcusable defensive performance, game plan, everything. That was fucking terrible. Awful. You can't give up 45 points and especially being Penn State, knowing the defenses that they've had in the past. I don't care who you're playing, you can't give up 45 points. Then I'm going to jump to the end of the game. 2nd and 1. Why are we throwing a 30-40 yard go route
Yeah.
on 2nd and 1 down by 8, game on the line? What are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, that one confused me too. You just run it up the middle, you get in, get the
And
first
I
down,
will say
and
this.
then you run the go route on 1st and 10 if you want. There's no point.
I don't think there's a point for any go route. I think our across the middle plays were working so well. Our run game was obviously you're not going to run the football that much in that scenario, but the middle routes, the crossing routes were working very well. The out routes were okay. What also was torching them was Singleton out of the backfield.
Oh yeah.
For receiving wise, their linebackers could not keep up with him, and when they did, they were holding him. I'm not gonna say that Penn State lost because of the refs, but man, the refs did not make it easy on them.
It happens.
I know it
Honestly,
happens.
it
but
happens. It sucks.
And I will say this. I also will add this as well. James Franklin did not lose that game. People that say, I've seen a couple fans that say like James Franklin, oh, why did he call the go route on the? He doesn't call play, guys. He doesn't call plays.
Yeah.
He's a head coach. He does not make the play calls. That was all Andy Kolnicki. I just want to emphasize this. You can't trash him for now. You can't trash him for that. But we will move aside because I believe it looks like we're getting somewhere. I think we're getting somewhere.
We're getting into the rankings here,
I believe we're getting somewhere. And
yeah,
Oregon,
we are. Oh, we're starting from the top too. Okay.
Shocker. Oregon, number 1 seed. Undoubtedly the number 1 team in the country. And number 2 should be Georgia pretty comfortably. Should be Georgia pretty comfortably. And then also, actually, the top 4 should be Oregon, Georgia, right here.
Here we are.
And then it should be Boise, and then it should be Arizona State. I don't think we'll really I don't think anything crazy will happen with the
I don't think so
buys.
either.
Unless they jump Clemson that high, I still
There
don't
is a
think that-
chance. There is a chance.
There's a chance, but I still don't see it. I still don't see it. I wish we had sound. I mean, you said you couldn't hear it when.
I couldn't. I mean, I might be able to change that. Yeah, I can't change that. So.
Oh, okay. No. Can you hear it now?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll just leave it off, I guess. So, scuffed podcast right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
that
a little
much.
bit. A little bit.
Looking at this for the first round bye, you got to give Boise. Obviously, at this point, is pretty much locked it up. Their only loss is to the undisputable number one team in the country, and I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why this is even being why. I feel like the only thing they should have up on this graphic right now is Arizona State and Clemson.
Yeah, Boise State's
Boise
the
better
three
be
without
in.
any question.
Hey, I'm just saying, money wise, I hate when this discussion gets brought up, but money wise, you got to put Boise State in for the Genty money, if you know what I'm saying. He's gonna bring viewers. Give him the
He's gonna bring
Heisman.
viewers. He's gonna
Give
bring
him the
viewers.
Heisman. Look at the
Definitely
boys.
give him the Heisman.
Look at the boys. All
Look at him
hype.
go.
Give him the Heisman. You see the shirts that they got. You see the shirt. Well, at least the dude in the front's holding. I think it's a Heisman shirt. All right. Well, then hopefully, most likely Arizona State should be the last bye.
Yeah, I would think.
I would probably. Oh, and also I forgot to bring this up. I saw a post today. I forget who it was, but betting odds for the last spot in the college football playoff. Take this what you will, Cameron, but
Okay.
SMU was over minus 900 and Bama was at plus 500 for that last spot. So, based off Vegas thinks that SMU is going to get in pretty comfortably.
Okay.
I mean, obviously,
You never know.
Vegas does know all, but you never know. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's the question. This will give us our answers if they care more about the SOS or my bad. If they care more about the strength of schedule and the eye test more than the
and
record
like
and the
we brought up
placement.
before, man. If we're gonna just hurt these teams for playing an extra game and reward
Yeah.
the teams that aren't playing an extra game, why are we playing conference championships? I'm sorry, why are we playing conference championships at that point?
I don't
But-
know. I don't understand it.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know yet, but if that does happen, we just got to get rid of conference championships as a whole, and also
yeah.
depending on how far Penn State falls today as well, we will also have that discussion of what should happen with conference championships.
Oh yeah, for
They are
sure.
taking their sweet time right now.
They are indeed. I wonder what they're talking about. Oh,
All right, Clemson is the 12.
okay. Clemson is the 12.
So that must mean, in my opinion,
I
I'm not
I would
gonna lie,
assume that
this does
must
not
mean-
favor. That does not favor SMU in my opinion. I'm just gonna keep it honest. This does not favor SMU in my opinion because, if it was, Clemson would most likely be the 11. If SMU was in.
What I was gonna say is I'm gonna highlight here the positioning of Arizona State before Clemson came through. I would almost think that Arizona State would be one spot up, and then it would be Clemson and then SMU below them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Man, okay,
But
Texas.
I
is
do
the
want to
5.
highlight here.
Texas is
I
the
do want to
5.
highlight here. Clemson.
That's big. That's big.
Clemson only moves to 16 in the
That is
college
crazy.
football playoff rankings.
Now, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. But you want to talk about if you think that SMU dropped far enough. Why did Clemson barely move?
That is true. You are correct. But based off of this seeding right now, I don't think it looks great for SMU. I'm not gonna lie.
Those boys are so pissed. Those boys are so pissed after last night.
Get them,
They're
Cameron.
just sitting
get
there
'em.
clapping, man. They're sitting there
Get 'em,
clapping.
Cameron.
You see all the other teams? They were up jumping and having fun, and they were just
All right.
golf clapping.
We probably will go to the 6th seed here. I honestly wish I could hear them.
I think we're top down, yeah. from this point.
Also, hopefully, we don't get copyrighted for this.
We might.
We might.
We might, but we're not making money off of it anyways, so.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet, Cameron. Yes!
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
committee. Thank you, committee.
Okay.
All right. But I get okay, so now this gives me hope. I'm not going to lie. This gives me hope for SMU now because not dropping Penn State that far. Okay, so based off of this, Notre Dame will be the 7.
No. Penn State
Notre
lost
Dame
a game
I guess
they
that's
were
true.
not
That is
favored
true.
to win. It was number 1 versus number 3. The Clemson SMU game was number 17 versus number 8. But I want to talk about the fact that Clemson barely moved up after that win. Are they barely going to move? This is showing me that they aren't rewarding teams for they aren't
Playing an
rewarding
extra
teams ranking wise for playing an extra game. What they are rewarding them is with the bye and with their placement.
Notre Dame.
Okay?
There's Notre Dame.
So the only reason we're seeing Clemson move here and Clemson in this final spot is because they get this bye week. They went from number 17 to number 16 off of a conference championship win. They aren't rewarding or hurting teams ranking wise with a loss. Now, what I do think here is SMU is going to sneak right in at the 10 with the ranking number 10 right there in between Boise State and Arizona State, or I mean 10 or 11, one or the other. They're going to be right there in between them. And then Indiana's going to be 8 and so on and so forth. I mean,
All right, so based off this format right now, we're probably looking at Ohio State and Tennessee playing each other. Penn State looks like right now they're going to play whoever gets the auto bid or the final at-large bid being SMU or Alabama, and then Notre Dame is most likely playing Indiana right now. Okay, there's Ohio State. And before Tennessee, because I'm not going to lie, I've seen Tennessee fans that are outraged about this.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, Ohio State lost. Ohio State did lose to Michigan, but do you really think that Tennessee would beat Ohio State? Come on now.
I guess we're going to see.
Saying.
I guess we're going to see.
We're going to see.
Tennessee gets the 9 seed here.
I'm just going to say. Oh, also, I will say this. I just noticed. I don't hate the path for Penn State at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't hate the path for, and I'm also going to say this. I don't think Notre Dame's a bad team, but for you guys, I don't think that's a bad matchup. I don't think that's a bad matchup for you guys. If Notre Dame were to win that game.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, if what most likely will be Indiana would be a very good matchup for you guys as well.
So that means.
But Texas got rewarded the most, though. I mean, again, I think
your
Arizona
seed,
State.
with your seed here,
Here's
you're
the flaw,
either
man.
playing SMU or you're playing Bama. So you better hope Bama doesn't make the playoffs here, because with your seed,
Dude,
you're
I'll
playing
take
Bama. Or
Bama.
you're playing SMU.
Give us Bama, bro. Give us
okay.
Bama.
Okay.
Come up and play in the cold, man. Give us fucking Bama. I will play. I want Penn State to play either team. I don't care. Bama is a dog shit team. I will stand on this hill. Bama is a dog shit team.
All right. Come play him. White out.
Exactly.
All right.
You want to talk about viewership, bro? Bama, Penn State, Whiteout night, Happy Valley.
That would be a crazy.
That would
game.
be crazy.
I wouldn't be pissed if they make it now. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I won't be pissed if they make it just so we can watch that game, because I would so much rather watch Penn State at home play Bama.
I need to highlight this, bro. The flaw in this system. Why is Oregon having to play Tennessee or Ohio State, and Texas has to play Clemson and then Arizona State? How does the number 1 seed get hurt so badly?
Wow,
the flaw in
that's
this
insane.
system is really bad. What they should do in the future is they should probably end up flipping the 1 and the 4, or what they should do is do like the NFL playoffs, where whoever if Texas won, they would go play so you know what I'm saying? Like if Clemson won, they would go play Oregon. Like Oregon would play the lowest seed that won.
Yeah.
And then I guess Texas would still end up playing Arizona State at that point.
We'll see what happens.
play-
I mean, I think it is kind of crazy. I mean, Texas just lost their conference championship game favored, and they're going to get a dog walk.
Oh, they were favored.
They were favored
I
to
didn't
win.
realize that.
They were,
Which-
yeah. There was a 3-point
I
spread,
think-
and they were 61 on the ESPN FPI, 61% to win the game. I mean,
Yeah, that's ridiculous in my opinion.
they were heavily favored to win last night, and now they've got
Here it is.
the-
Here it is,
the
ladies and
12
gentlemen.
seed, and
Here it
then-
is. Here it is. The 11 seed. Actually, let me turn on. I can hear this. You guys won't be able to. Let's see it. Final prediction, Cameron. Who are they going to give it to?
I think they're going to give it to SMU based off of what we're seeing here in the rankings.
I think I kind of agree with you. The way you brought up the Clemson thing, how Clemson wasn't-
ranking barely moved.
Yes. Let's see.
The moment of silence. Come on, guys. This is
They're yapping a little bit. I have the volume on
yapping.
now. They're yapping a little bit. I swear to God, if I go to edit this and I can hear the audio in the edit, I'm gonna be so mad.
You're probably gonna be able to. I'm not gonna lie.
Here we
you
go.
may be able to turn it off though. We'll see.
All right, Reese Davis is hyping it up. We're close. We're close to the reveal. All right, here it is. Let's go!
Oh my god, man.
Committee, you did good. Committee, you did good. You did good.
They did
Bama
good?
fans, go fuck yourselves. Woo!
All right, man. I mean.
All right,
there it
ladies
is.
and gentlemen, you see it. You see it. You see it here live. Well, we saw it here live. Our live reactions.
We did see it live.
So actually, hold on. Well, I guess there was not going to be a picture, but right now, Oregon is the one. Or not right now. We're final.
This is for the
Oregon
playoffs.
is the one. Oregon is the one. Georgia's the 2. Boise State is the 3. Arizona State is the 4. And then Texas will take on Clemson in the first round at home. Ohio State will take on Tennessee at home. And Penn State will take on SMU at home. And then Notre Dame will take on Indiana at home.
All right.
What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts going into
I think it's great. This is exactly how we viewed it to be. It was one or two ways, depending on how they were going to... I mean, this is our first 12-team playoffs. This is our first time seeing how the rankings are going to be affected by a win or a loss in the conference championship. This gives us our answer. The committee is not willing to change the rankings of a team losing a conference championship game very heavily. I know it was a close game, but in the rankings, man, 17-8 played. 17 beat 8. Normally that would mean they drop and they're probably about the same level there, and that's where we were going to cause some turmoil. But
17 would drop or jump to like 12.
These teams barely moved. So we got our answer as to how heavily they are going to penalize teams for losing their extra game that they're being rewarded for, which I think is a great answer to what everyone's been questioning.
And
how
I
they're
want
going
to
to
say
handle
this.
it, but
I feel like I heard at the beginning of the year that the committee wasn't going to penalize teams for playing extra games. I don't know if
we're never going to know until they don't do it until they get to this point. They do.
They're probably discussing it now. What their thought process was, but I swear I heard that at the beginning of the year. Maybe I was wrong, but clearly based off of this,
you never know until
never
they
know.
actually get to the point of doing it.
Well, you
Wow.
never know if it's. I did see your camera.
That was
like,
unreal.
completely. Autofocus can hurt you sometimes. But here's the thing: this wouldn't have even been a discussion if it was any other team other than Alabama.
No, it wouldn't.
I just want to keep that. I just want to keep that honest. I talked about this. If you put any other team in that scenario, they are not in the same spot that Alabama is.
No.
I just like if Ole Miss did the exact same thing that Bama did, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. It would have been, SMU is getting in. There's no chance.
Oh yeah.
But
Okay.
boys,
I think that's it. You good?
I'm
Just
good.
a little live
I think we
reaction
talked
to the playoffs.
little
I think
live
it was
reaction,
very it was very
quick,
on par with what we
little
assumed
quick,
it was going
little
to be.
30
so.
minutes. We'll try to get this out as quick as possible. Committee, you did great. You did fantastic. You gave America what we wanted. You gave America what we wanted, being SMU over Alabama.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think there's anything else to add.
I don't know if there is either. I mean, I think we'll probably push out another episode before Christmas, I'm assuming. But if we don't, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. If we
right,
don't,
boys.
I assume we will. But
all right, boys. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments who you think's going to win the national championship.
Yeah, give us your predictions.
Give us your predictions down below. And as always, see ya.